that's a good thing to preface it with. You can set your goals anytime you want. You can add a new goal. You can remove a goal. Launch and adjust the whole year. That's what I feel like what I'm taking away is it's not you set a goal and like it needs to be done by, I mean, it needs to be done by the end of 2024, but I think the purpose of a new year is like you have the whole year to work on it. You have the whole year to add goals, to remove things, to just do what you want to do and become better, the whole year to grow. And by the end of 2024, you should be able to look back and say, okay, I grew. That's how I feel. Like, it doesn't feel like sometimes when I set things that I need to achieve, like, yes, it holds you accountable, but it also feels like I need, you know, I don't know how to describe it. I just feel like I'm starting to realize that I want to utilize the whole year to grow. Like, I've had the most growth this past month for me, the last month of 2023. That doesn't mean that it didn't, you know, I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Well, it also sometimes, like, if you set a bunch of goals in January, which I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it and that I'm not going to do it, but like, I honestly couldn't tell you, and I know I have it written down in either one of my notebooks or my notes, my goals for 2023. And I feel like I was so consumed by like getting the podcast up and like doing certain things for the podcast that I literally couldn't tell you what some of the other goals I wrote down were. So to me, it feels almost more beneficial to almost set like monthly goals even. And like, I don't know, I just thought of this too. Like each month setting new goals for yourself, not like crazy big ones, even if it's like one new goal, because then you kind of compile, if you set a new goal every month, that's 12 goals for the year. Instead of looking at them like all in January and forgetting about like 6 of them. Right. No, you know, like you kind of, I forget about half of them. I don't hold myself accountable because I'm busy focusing on other ones because they all were just jumbled up into one list. And I'm like, my brain doesn't work like that, you know?
No, I agree. Like maybe one goal could be, I like that. For me, I think one goal is going to be setting goals each month. Like that is my goal. So then I know that I'm holding myself accountable to set goals and I know I'll put in the time for it. But you're right. Like, especially because I'm the type of person that it's almost like a to-do list. Like when I have a to-do list, I want to get everything on the list done. So like when I have a list of goals, I'm like, okay, I need to get them done. Like, I'm not going to get them done the first 6 months in 2024 and then be like, oh, what do I do for the next 6? You know what I mean? Like it's just not how it works. But my mind is so wired that way where like I'm like, oh, okay, like I need to achieve this goal by tomorrow. And it's like, it's not reasonable.
Exactly.
You're never gonna be successful in that way.
And it also just helps you kind of do like a monthly reflection almost.
Well, because life changes. Like you set a goal that's in a month is no longer applicable to you.
Exactly. Or it's like, okay, this is, at the time I thought this was something that could be quick and easy, and now I realize there's a lot more time and effort that goes into it. So instead of, I don't know, not like discounting yourself and what you can do, but instead of making it so big that you don't want to achieve it anymore, you're like, okay, what are like 3 things I can do to get me closer to there? But to recognize that like things don't happen overnight and this is going to take time.
This may be a 2026 goal.
Exactly.
Right.
But you can still do things in 2024 that get the ball in motion to set yourself up for 2026, whatever the heck it is. So I feel like just prefacing it all that way, you know, like we're not experts in goal setting. I definitely have goals from 2023 that I didn't do. Like I know I wasn't on my reading goal, all of that stuff, but
I'm honestly not, I'm realizing in this, as we're talking, I'm not a big, not that I'm not a big goal setter. I have goals, but I don't love the notion of setting goals on January 1st at all. Like what you just said about setting them as the months go resonates with me so much more. And I think that's what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life now.
Well, and we're lucky in a sense that we can hold each other accountable. And like I want to do a monthly check-in, so maybe that's something like we can put on both of our calendars for like the 28th of every month to do like a monthly checkup and talk to each other, even if it's like a personal thing, like this is how I felt this month, and to have someone to listen to you. So I feel like let's definitely put that on the calendar. Like it's a good idea.
That's what I think I'm gonna make my January 1st goals, like monthly check-ins, monthly goal setting. Like yes, there'll be some that'll be like I want a certain number of followers by then, but like, you know.